So the very first project I'm going to show you guys is going to be a ribbed scarf. I will put in some inspo pics here. Additionally, I will be putting up a screenshot of the pattern, heavy air quotations on that. I'm not a pattern maker. This pattern slash stitch is worked in groups of 4+1. I am going to be casting on about 49 stitches. For this skinny scarf, I'm going to be using a light worsted weight yarn and 4mm size needles. My cord is really tangled, so don't mind that. You can use whatever size yarn, whatever size needles you want. This is very customizable, but this is just what I'm using. Once I show you one row, you'll know what to do for every row. But I'll walk you through a couple of rows. So to start off, we're going to make our slip knot, thread it through, and I'm going to be making 49 stitches using the long tail cast on. So to do a long tail cast on, you're going to want your tail, and this is your working yarn, the yarn that's attached to your yarn ball. And basically, you're going to take these two front fingers, put them through, grab the two with their other 3 fingers, put it in between like this, and then once you've got that, put a finger on your slip knot that you created. This is your first stitch, just so that it's not moving around. And then you're going to go underneath this yarn strand, over this yarn strand, and pull it through. Under, over, through. Under, over, through. And you're going to repeat that, however much you want the width of your scarf to be. Okay, that is 49 stitches. Now we're going to turn it over. So now the stitch that you're going to do is basically, it's going to be 3 knit stitches and then slip 1 stitch purlwise. And you're going to repeat that till the end of the row, at which point you will get purlwise for the last time. You're just going to knit that last stitch. Turn your work, repeat the row. We're going to start off with 3 knit stitches. You're going to put your right needle front to back, just through that first leg, wrap it around, pull it back out. Now we've reached 3 knit stitches and we're going to slip 1 purlwise. And to do that, you're going to bring your yarn to the front like that. And then you're just going to move from right to left into your next stitch. And you're just going to move it onto your right needle. And then you're going to take the yarn, go back. And you've just slipped 1 stitch purlwise. And now you just continue again with 3 stitches and slip the next one purlwise. Okay, so now we've come to the last purlwise stitch. Go ahead and purl that. Actually, don't purl it, slip it, but purlwise. Knit that last stitch. And you finish row 1. And then you're literally going to continue this stitch till the very end. And you can stop whenever you want, because it's your scarf and you're making it to whatever your liking may be. So let's say that, you're in the middle of knitting the scarf, and because it's the same row worked over and over again, at least I tend to just kind of shut my brain off, just keep knitting. And I wanted to show you guys an easy way to sort of read your stitches on this particular pattern, just so that you don't have to keep like specific count in your head. I know that I'm gonna be needing to do 3 knit stitches in a row, because in order to do this ribbing, you need to knit 2 purl stitches that are on either side of the knit stitch. So when I see the stitches in a pattern like this, when I see bump, knit, bump, or purl, knit, purl stitch, I know that I'm gonna need to knit 3 stitches. And then let's say like if I'm picking back up my work after taking a break or something and I'm, not paying super close attention, if I see that there are 2 purls left, I know that I'm gonna need to do the slip stitch purlwise. And again, I've come to a bump or a purl, knit, purl, so I know this is the time to do the 3 knit stitches. So I have knitted a lot of rows. Honestly, I didn't keep count. I was looking for length rather than number of rows. Ultimately, I knitted right around 65 inches for this scarf just because I want it to be really long. And now that we've done that, I will show you guys how to cast off. To cast off, you're going to knit the first 2 stitches. And then once you've knitted those first 2 stitches, you're going to hook your needle under the front leg and slip it over. So now you've casted off 1 stitch. The next stitch would be a knit stitch as well. So you're going to cast off in knit. And now you're going to go do the purl stitch, or the one that we slipped purlwise. Take your yarn to the front. Go ahead and actually purl it. And then slip that stitch over. And then you're just going to repeat that until you casted off all your stitches. Okay, so I've casted off my last stitch. What I like doing is I like to just make an additional knot. So go ahead and wrap that around and tighten that up. Go ahead and snip off from the rest of your yarn. There you go, you've cast it off. So you're almost done with the whole project. The only thing left to do at this point is to weave in your ends. Now I'm going to show you guys how I would style the scarf. For the first style, I wanted to show probably the most practical way to wear this scarf for cold weather purposes. To tie it, I fold it in half and then pull the ends through the loop and adjust it accordingly. It's not necessarily my favorite way to wear it, but it does keep you super warm during the day and it does stay in place rather well. This second style I think is the happy medium between being a really cute way to wrap your scarf and being fairly practical, as it will actually stay in place fairly well during the day. So to tie it, wrap the scarf around your neck and just cross over the ends. Adjust the knot so that it's hidden in the back and then even out the ends in front. It feels very Y2K, but modern. This last style is probably my personal favorite just because it's so dramatic. To wrap it, adjust the ends so that one end is significantly longer than the other end, cross the ends twice to help it stay in place, and then pull the short end through the loop. Basically, it's one long tail in the front with the other end tucked in the back. This way of wrapping it isn't necessarily the most secure, but that long tail is just so fun and perfect for movement. So for the second project, I'm going to be showing you guys how I knit these hair ribbons. I use 4mm needles and mohair yarn. This pattern is just a long tail cast on of 10 stitches, and then you knit and purl until your desired length and then cast off. I will insert a very short pattern here. Otherwise, I will walk you guys through how to knit these hair ribbons. First things first, you're going to make a slip knot, and then you're going to use the long tail cast on as I showed you for the scarf. Cast on about 10 stitches or however wide you want your ribbon to be. Keep in mind that this mohair yarn will curl in at the edges, so it'll be a little bit thinner than what you have originally casted on. So we've knitted the length of, however long you want your hair ribbon to be. And for the last row, make sure your last row is a purl row. So this for me is going to be row 170. After you finish your purl row, we are now gonna cast off. So knit 2, and then you're gonna take your left needle, put it under that first leg on your first stitch, and then carry it over, like slip it over your second stitch on your needle. So you're just gonna continue for the width of your ribbon. Do a safety knot again. Usually you would weave in your ends with knitted projects, but this project is so small and they're just really hair ribbons, so I just like to make a couple of knots and then snip off the excess yarn, and there you go. Don't mind this. This is because I watch too many Korean beauty hair makeup tutorials, just because my hair is very flat and I think this helps. Anyways, ignore that for the time being. I'm gonna show you guys how I would style the knitted hair ribbons in a few different ways. Don't talk about my dead ends. I know I have them, but I think I dyed my hair like at least like 10 times over the course of like a couple years. This is not a hair channel, by the way. I don't actually really know what I'm doing. This is mostly just so you guys have some ideas on how to style the hair ribbons once you make them. You're gonna part your hair wherever you like to part it, and then we're gonna make a couple of pigtails. Wait, I need hair ties, one sec. Okay, this is how you know I'm not a hair tutorial girly, because I literally didn't have the hair ties ready. But I'm back, they're here. I really like wearing my hair in 2 pigtails, like 2 braids, just because I think it's really cute, but it's also, it can be like really weirdly sexualized. I don't love that, but I do it for the aesthetic, I guess. Also, I feel like in my all black, I'm very reminiscent of Wednesday Addams in this fit with the pigtails. But she's kind of an icon, so I don't really mind. Another thing I like doing is, I don't like it when things are like too neat and tight. I like to zhuzh it up a little bit. Also, my hair is layered, like the cut is really layered, and I have straight silky Asian hair, so I don't like tug at it super hard. It's just like to loosen it up just slightly, because you see what happens. But what are you gonna do? For the hair ribbons, I am going to like tie it around the like actual hair tie. Make sure that the ends are like fairly even. I mean, I guess it just depends on what kind of look you're going for. Tighten it up so it hides the hair tie super tight. I like make really ugly bows. I tie really ugly bows, I think. Oh no, I think I made it ugly. Oh wait, no. Cute. Okay, okay. And then again, let's see if I can do this one too. I think I definitely braided this one a lot less than this one. But you know, it's kind of a vibe. I don't know. This next hairstyle, I think I would also be really likely to wear it like this. Just because I love putting my hair up, like half up, half down. Usually I'll do it like the day after I wear my hair in braids, just because then my hair is like a little bit more wavy. I don't know, otherwise it just kind of looks fried and like crinkly. It's like not wavy, it's not curly, it's not straight, just crinkly, you know? What can you do? Probably take better care of your hair, but sometimes when I put my hair up, it's like amazing first try. And then other times I'll play with it for like an hour only to decide to like just put it in a ponytail because it's just not cooperating with me. I've tightened it around the half up ponytail and go ahead and make a pretty little ribbon. The first time I saw the hair ribbons that I thought it was really cute was when I watched Pearl. Some of the things she did were not so cute, but her dress, her hair, pretty cute. So I think to do it, she just had like 2 braids that were looped back, and then she had like the hair ribbons right here. I think I'm gonna pre-tie them. And then, what was it, like looped? And then I'm gonna take a couple bobby pins to just pin that in place. Something like that. I'm going to take my ribbon, and then with like the flat edge of your bobby pin, I'm gonna put the flat edge like through the back of the ribbon so that the bumpy edge is the one that like gets clipped onto my hair, basically. Okay, so I was scrolling Instagram the other day and I saw Tana from Twice. She had her hair in like this Dutch braid that went off into 2 braids and had little ribbons tied at the end. So I'm actually gonna try to recreate that as best as possible. Took like half of her hair and then you start like Dutch braiding it. And I think I'm going to use a hair tie, this right here, just so it stays for now. I'm going to take this section and then just braid it down. Okay, that's 1 braid down. We're going to go ahead and braid the other side. Wait, I'm gonna go check in the mirror really quick. I was totally missing a strand of hair back there, so I just like incorporated it into the braid. My little ribbons. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more.